Hi, I'm Nicky, and today we're going to do some more intermediate Pilates, so about half an hour session for you. So we'll start in standing. Just before we do start, just want to let you know, as always, that just look after your bodies, think about your bodies, and if anything is uncomfortable, then just don't do it. Think about resting and think about doing perhaps a more gentle twist or a gentle relaxation part, sitting down into child's pose or something like that. Okay, so we'll start in standing. So roll the shoulders back. We'll think about our posture first. Rolling the shoulders back, easing out those shoulder muscles. And then setting the shoulders back and down. Coming to the tailbone, tucking under that tailbone, bringing the pelvis into a nice alignment. And thinking about drawing up through the pelvic floor, pulling that drawstring from the bottom to the tummy button and drawing in across the belt. We'll start taking some breaths now. So nice big breath in, expanding through that chest area. And then with the out breath, pulling up from the pelvic floor, really engaging the core to a good level there. We're not squeezing too tightly, but just about 30% contraction, just so you feel that work coming on. Take 3 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Settle yourselves into the posture. 2 more. And out. Once more, breathing in and out. Feel your feet grounded on the mat, and then just start to sway side to side, keeping a nice upright posture, just waking up the ankles a little bit. Keep the breath coming, breathing in, breathing out. And then start to take that movement in a circle, just moving from the ankles. Everything else is still. The hips aren't swaying. Just moving slowly from the ankle joints. Again, keeping the breath going, keeping that focus on core stability. And then changing direction. So maybe 2 or 3 times there. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to center there. Okay. Shoulders roll back, check your collarbone, that nice smiling collarbone, tuck under the tailbone. Breathe in, let's come into some roll down. So chin tucks down with the out breath, and keep that out breath nice and long. If you need to take an extra breath, then do. And we're starting to roll down the spine, opening up each vertebra, one at a time. Reaching down towards the feet, so the crown of the head points down towards the mat. And the arms dangle loosely. It's coming to your level of ability there. Hold it down there for a nice long in-breath. Feel that stretch down the bottom, lower back of legs. Then drawing through the pelvis with the out-breath, restack the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Slowly coming back to that standing position. Then the shoulders open, the head comes back last of all. Breathe in, prepare again, drawing through the tummy, breathe out, chin tucks down, working with the out breath again, taking an extra breath if you need to, coming down towards the floor. Lovely. And then slowly drawing in that breath, feeling the stretch, then breathing out, restacking the spine, hopefully a little bit more open now. Coming back with the shoulders, smile that collarbone, head comes up last. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to come down into another roll down now, and this time we're going to drop into child's pose and just rest open the knees so that the hips are nice and open. So nice breath in, tuck under the tailbone, collarbone smiles, drop from the pelvic floor. Breathe out, slowly rolling down. And when you get to your knees, just bend the knees and bring the hands down to the mat, walking forward, opening the knees, toes come together, and just stretch out the hands in front of you. If you can get the forehead down, then do. If not, rest onto your fists or onto a cushion. Have the toes, big toes together and the knees nice and open, and just try and sink the bottom down to the heels there. Okay, let's take 4 breaths. Breathing into the chest, breathing out and re-engaging with that pelvic floor. Going in, breathe out. One more breath. And then come up onto your hands and knees. We'll just do a little bit of warm up now on hands and knees. So set your position. Hands are slightly forward of the shoulders, elbows are soft. We roll the shoulders back and down. The gaze is between the hands. The knees are underneath the hips. And we draw the tummy button to the spine. So we get that flatter back look there. Breathe in. And with a nice steady out breath and an in breath, start to circle over each of those 4 points, just warming up the hips and the shoulders a little bit more. Even breath. And then change direction. Keep the tummy button drawn to the spine, don't allow the back to fall. Keep the core engaged, working with your breath to circle round. Remember, we're taking everything slowly and controlled. And then come back to centre. Check that your pelvis hasn't dropped and that you're drawing up still. And then start to rock with the out breath and the in breath, forwards and backwards onto those 4 points. Breathing out as we come back a little over towards the heels, and breathing in as we come forward onto the hands. Just a little bit of weight transfer. And then making that movement more energetic as we drop the bottom to the heels, drop the forearms and coming to our moving cat. Breathing out as we arch up. Breathe in as the back flattens, the bottom drops, the elbows drop. Breathe out as we come onto hands and knees and suck up the tummy there into that arch. Breathe in, down we come. Breathe out and up. Breathe in, dropping down, rolling through with the out breath and up. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in and out. Last one. And just sit back into child's pose to release the wrist, giving them a little shake if you need to. Okay, we'll come back up onto hands and knees and coming to our swimmer. We'll start with our legs and then work into our leg and arm if that's where you want to take it. So breathing in, let's come up back into our nice neutral position. Remember, the hands are slightly forward, elbows are soft, shoulders roll back and down, and the tailbone is tucking slightly under, so we're drawing the tummy button to the spine. So we'll start with the left leg. Breathe out, slide that leg to the end of the mat, Really stretch the foot away, then lift, keeping the pelvis in that nice neutral position. Breathe in, come back down. Breathe out, right leg slides away and lifts. Breathe in, come back down. So always check that pelvic position, work slowly, work with your breath, get that full extension first. So add in the arm movement, slide away, stretch finger, stretch toes. Breathe in, come back down. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and down. Nice steadiness, full extension. Reaching, reaching, keeping the gaze down, palm facing inwards, so get a nice smooth movement through the shoulder, pelvis engaged nicely. So one more. Drop down into child's pose just to release the wrists. Take a breath in and a breath out. And come back onto hands and knees. I'm going to tuck the toes under now with a nice strong out breath. Come up into our downward dog. Hold it there. Feel that stretch down through the backs of the legs. You can pedal the feet there on the spot, just for 1 or 2 breaths, and then sink the heels down. And take that right foot and just hover it onto the left ankle, and just feel that deeper stretch down the back of the left leg there. Okay, and then place that right foot down. And repeat, left foot onto right ankle. Keep your breath steady. Feet go down. One more breath there, breathing in, drawing tummy button to the spine. And then walk the feet with the next breath to the hands, bending the knees as much as you need to. Crown of the head falls to the floor. And we roll slowly back up to a standing position, just to work onto a little bit of balance, a little bit of glute work there. Okay, so back into our standing posture. Tailbone tucks under, shoulders back and down, collarbones smiling. Take a breath in and a breath out. Bring the hands onto the hips. Set the feet, and then we'll come into that slow articulation of the foot here. So we're trying to keep the pelvis as still and strong as possible. So with a nice long out breath, we'll start to lift heel to toe, and then slowly, slowly lift the knee. And then with an in breath, reverse that position, placing the foot down, toe to heel. So nice long out breath, left side comes up, keeping that core connection in the tummy there, nice and strong, so the lift comes from the core. Breathe in and down. Breathe out and up. Breathe in and down. Breathe in and down. Keep going, keep the breath working to lift the pelvic floor, to draw in those pelvic muscles. Just check that you're not hitching the hips as you're walking the feet up and down. We'll just do one more on each side. slow lift and lower. Last one here. And down. And then just release the arms and walk the feet. Okay, we'll come into our side lift now. So again, we're keeping the pelvis nice and strong, tailbone's tucking under, we're drawing up that lift, pulling in that belt. The shoulders are open, keep the chest nice and long and open. We're raising that left arm to the ceiling, reaching up, feeling a stretch from the hip to the fingertip. Right hand can come onto the hip, and we're going to take that right leg out to the side. So you might just want to slide the foot out if your balance isn't feeling particularly good, or if you want to just get used to the move first. Or you might feel that you can take the leg out and up and keep it lifted as you breathe out. To extend sideways and breathe in to bring it back. Keeping your balance, breathing out and breathing in. Touching down at any point that you feel unbalanced, resetting yourself, breathing out, breathing in. Breathing in. You can feel it quite strongly on that standing leg. Keep that reach going, try not to tip over. Do 2 more here. Breathe out and up. Use that lift from the core. And then come down, float that hand down, give the feet a walk. We'll do that on the other side. So set your posture, tailbone tucking under, drawing in, drawing up. Breath in, breath out. Lift the right arm, left hand comes to the waist there. Keep the strength through the pelvis. Breathe out, breathe in, bring it back. Again, contact can be kept to the mat, or we can float that leg up and down, keeping that work going with the breath. Breathe out and up, in and back. 2 more. Keeping that nice length through that right side of the body. Last one. And down, float down. Give the feet a little walk. Lovely. Okay, and then just have a little stretch now. So taking the right foot to one side of the mat, the left foot to the other. Hips forward. Just lean into that right knee coming forward there. And you might want to just link the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back and come into a little tiny back bend. And then release, push up, and do that on the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Nice wide stance there. Bend that left knee. Hands behind the back, shoulders roll back. Just look up again. Little tiny back bend. Good. And release. Come back to standing. Okay, we're going to roll down again now. Just rest into child's pose, reconnect with the breath, and then we'll roll onto our side to do some glute work on our side. So again, always thinking about your posture, shoulders open, tailbone tucks under. Breathe in, breathe out, chin down. Slow, slow roll down. Again, noticing that back now is a little bit looser. Breathe out. If you need an extra breath, breathe in. And then breathe out again. Come down to the mat, walking the hands forward. Toes come together again, knees open, and just settle down into that child's pose. Take some recovery breaths there, breathing into the chest. Breathing out, re-engaging with the pelvic floor, drawing up from the base there. 2 more breaths. Then walk your hands towards your knees and come onto your right side. So you'll want your head cushion here or a towel, whichever you're using. And then come into your side lying position. So right arm extended. If you can't do that, you might need a bigger head cushion and your hands out in front of you. So see if you can bring your legs straight. We'll work into a hip circle first. So bring the hand in front of the chest, draw the tummy button towards the spine, stack those hips, stack the legs. Try not to allow that top hip to roll back, so bring it forward slightly and then hover the foot to about hip height and point the toe. Take a breath in to prepare, then breathe out, start to circle. So one circle is an out breath, one circle an in breath at this small level here. So we're just doing a nice small controlled circle. Take it slowly, work with your breath, focus on the movement just coming from the hip. And if you feel controlled and steady, then you can take a bigger circle. Breathe in and out. If you do want to challenge yourself a bit more, you can lift that lower leg, reducing the stability a little bit. Still working on that circle there. And then change direction with that circle. Remember to take a break when you need to. Take 3 more breaths. And then bring the legs down, top knee comes over the bottom leg, and just give that glute a nice little release there. Nice long breath in and out. Okay, keep that knee bent now. We're going to do a move that I think we've probably done in class before. So having the position nice and open here, tailbone tucking under, draw the tummy button to the spine, the knees coming up a little bit higher in front of you. And then we're going to, with an out breath, lift that knee as high as you can into a semicircle and touch the toe behind you. So we're trying to keep the pelvis still, so we're not rolling that pelvic bone back. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, toe tap back. Breathe in and forward. Breathe out and back. So make that circle, that arc nice and big. It's like a little jump over the leg. But again, with all our side lying exercises, we want to maintain our pelvic stability. Breathing in forward, breathing out back. Two more. And then bring that knee again forward, resting through the glute. Then take the heel to the bottom, stretching through the front of the thigh there. And release, bringing the knee forward again, drawing in through the tummy, maintaining that stillness through the top of the leg there, and keeping that bottom leg stretched out. We're going to lift and lower that bottom leg, working into the inner thigh, keeping the tailbone tucking under and drawing up the pelvic floor as we lift with the out breath and lower with the in. So we're aiming at about 10 repetitions here. Again, nice slow work. Feel what's working. Feel the muscles in the pelvis kicking in as you lift and lower, and you work the breath to keep that stability. Breathe out and up, breathe in and down. Two more. One more. And down. Bend the knees, slowly roll onto your back and give that left knee a little hug in, taking the knee across the body and looking over the opposite shoulder. Just get that stretch down the glute, extending that leg and supporting that leg if you want a deeper stretch. Nice long breath in and out, and then bring that knee back in. Give both knees a little hug and then roll onto your left side. So we'll work those two now on this side. So we'll start with our hip circle. So setting yourself up, hand in front of the chest, draw the tailbone under, tighten the tummy button to the spine, and then breathe in. To prepare, breathe out, hover that top leg, point the toe, make sure the hip doesn't roll back, and then start to circle from the hip. So the only movement, to remind you again, is the leg moving from the hip joint. We want to keep everything else as still as we can, working at that harder level with the bottom leg coming off the mat. Circling round with a nice even breath, breathing in and breathing out, using your out breath to really engage the core. And then change direction. Again, taking a break when you need to. If you need to bring the knee over the bottom leg, then do. Making the circle bigger if you feel happy to do that. One more breath. Then bring both knees down and allow that bottom leg to lengthen out with the top leg over. Take a nice long breath in and out to recover, and then set yourself into that nice neutral position again, drawing up the pelvis, keeping it nice and strong, and bringing that top right knee up a little bit further and pointing the foot towards the ceiling, and with an out breath bringing that foot to tap behind that left leg. Breathing in, bringing the knee back down, keeping the foot high, breathe out, jumping over that leg. Breathe in forward, breathe out and away. So again, we're keeping the stability through the body. The only movement is that leg lifting over the lower leg. Stabilize the pelvis using your breath. 3 more. Last one. And then bring that knee forward and release through the glute there. Then take the heel to the bottom, stretch through the front of the thigh. Nice long breath in and out. Release. Going back onto your back now, bringing that right knee into the tummy, coming into that stretch, taking the knee over, head turns the opposite way, and then stretching out that leg if it feels okay to do that, supporting it with the hand. Breathe into the stretch breathe out, and release. Both knees come into the tummy. I'm going to work into our shoulder bridge now. So we can use, if you have an overball, use an overball between your knees. If not, a cushion or a towel, just something to give you a little bit of resistance there to stop the hamstrings from overworking as you come into your shoulder bridge. So set the body, shoulders down, chin down, chest is soft, tailbone down. So sink the lower back down to the mat. Engage the pelvic floor and drawing through the pelvis there. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, rolling up the back, one vertebra at a time, lifting the hips, keeping the squeeze on into the ball. Breathe in. Breathe out, rolling down slowly again. Okay, breathe in. Prepare, breathe out, roll up, and you can add different levels here. So at the top of that lift with the in-breath, you might want to lift the heels, or you might want to add a leg extension, keeping the pelvis high, working with the in-breath and rolling down with the out-breath. So whichever level you're doing, just do it nice and slowly, breathing in. To prepare, breathe out, roll up. Adding whichever level you'd like to work at. Breathe out, rolling back down. Again, keep that movement going. Breathe in. Slow that lift down. So we're aiming to reach and touch, reach each vertebra off the mat. Up, add a heel lift, add a leg extension, breathe in and down, slowly placing each vertebra back down on the mat. Breathe in, prepare, breathe out, roll up. We'll just do 3 more of these. Breathe out and down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. All the way up. Breathe in at the top of that lift. Breathe out and down. Just 2 more. Working nice and slowly, keep the shoulders soft, don't allow the chest to poke up or the chin to poke up. Breathe out and down, and then we'll just do 1 more. Breathe in, prepare, breathe out, slowly rolling up, 1 vertebra at a time, curving that back. Lifting heels or extending the legs 1 at a time, and then curling back down. I'm just going to lose that ball now. Bring the knees into the tummy and give the knees a nice little rock, side to side. Okay, just finish off now with a few stretches, bringing the knee into the tummy, lengthen the leg away, and just allow the hands to come somewhere down the leg. Try not to grab the back of the knee, either the thigh or the calf. Breathe in, draw the foot towards you with that out breath. And then release. On the other side, bring the knee in, lift up. Draw the foot towards you again with an out breath. Feel that nice stretch down the hamstrings. Come back down, bring both knees in towards you, give them a nice squeeze, tuck the chin under, come up to a sitting position, coming on back onto hands and knees, toes turn under, push up into a downward dog. 1 final stretch there, walk the feet towards the hands, crown of the head to the floor. Slowly unravel yourself back to standing, coming back into your standing posture, shoulders open, head comes up last. Smile the collarbone, tailbone tucks under now. Nice big long breath now. Breathe in and breathe out. Well done.